time, Squidly. Me a ride bike and you ride bicycle and you lead me. Watch your roach gully corner. Watch roach gully corner. Squidly. Squidly. Fully salt, you pussy clot, you know here.
Big up, people. Welcome to Beijing Reds TV. It's your boy, Beijing Barnes, here with my brother from another mother, Beijing Pops. Happy Sunday to all of you. Before we
Sunday
get started,
to one and all.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get started, all I can ask is to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 400. We're 5 subs away from 400. Appreciate all the support we've been receiving over the last few weeks. Big up to all of you. Let me get right into this game. I start this off with Squidly because that's Brentford, because them like pure graph. Them men like diving like crazy. Squidly settings, Brentford is. Pops, I can be real. That man was moving different yesterday. I didn't get that at all. Didn't get a little touch. That man falling on the ground. All sort of nonsense. You know what? It's then going to rename that team from Brentford Bees to the Brentford Fairies, man. Because the soft. It killed me yesterday. It did my head in. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah. Sun is shining again. The weather is sweet, so slept well in the clean sheets. So I can't really complain. I mean, I expected a difficult game from Brentford, but I was a little disappointed with their reaction, to be honest. But again, you know your audience. So if Anthony Taylor can give you the calls, why not? Why not do what he needed to do?
We can get into Anthony Taylor in this match reaction.
Yeah, I know that he'll be part of the conversation, probably at the end.
We need to talk about him, but let me shout out the peoples that sent some chat there already. Big up Pimp in the stretch. Big up Beijing, whether we get top 4 or not. I just want to see United themselves, so we have to win to keep the pressure up. Stay blessed. Blessed to you, Pimp. Big up LFC Aaron. Good evening, lads and chat.
Good
Big
evening,
up
Aaron. Yes, K. Yes,
Big up Redbird.
Redbird in the house.
We are good. We celebrated. We had another 3 points, 6 wins out of the last 8 undefeated. Liverpool seems to be doing well, although they ain't greatest of games, but I'll take the 1-0 wins for sure. LFC Aaron says, hi, K and Redbird. If Brighton beat Newcastle next week and we beat Leicester, we'll be level on points. Yeah. Mad, ain't it? Mad.
I think they would start with game in hand.
Yeah, they do. Yo, Aaron. Hi, K. Big up, Aaron. Big up to all of you guys.
Big up the chat.
Big up. Pops, the sun shining down by you, but the rain falling up here. So we got the 2 different worlds where we are. But yeah, let me get into this game, my man. Scrappy game at Anfield. Was a tough watch. First half was good. Second half was bad. Not that we really played bad, but the referee really messed up this game with the amount of calls and free kicks that was given against us for little touch fouls and all. The flow was just not there, and that's all have to do with Anthony Taylor. You know what I mean? And Brentford was doing the most to try to eat grass. I think that man must turn into snakes or something because they like the grass so much. It was unreal. But all in all, we get 3 points, and we move on to the next game next week, Monday. So yeah, where's your little analogy on the game, and then we get any match reaction, bro?
Yeah, as you said, decent first half, bitty second half, 3 points in the bag. That's all that matters at this point in time, to be honest.
So KSA Brighton game is the game at hand.
Yeah, that can be a difficult one.
Yeah, because they played before us.
So that's going to put them equal on games with us.
Correct.
But we would still be behind, though. We would still be behind them. So when we play Leeds, then we'd be a game ahead of them, equal on points if we were to beat Leeds. Because I think they got one less game than us right now. So I don't know when they're playing Brighton now.
Hold on, I can pull up the schedule right now.
Because it's internationals next weekend, right? I think next week is international.
So right now,
Yeah, big.
I'm waiting for my phone to click up. So they have Newcastle. They play Leeds on the 13th of May, which should be their game in hand. And then we play on the 15th. And then they play on the 18th.
Which will put us level on games.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that game is against Brighton.
Okay. I know understanding.
Right?
So we still need 2 results go in our favor against them, no? We need them to drop points against Leeds and Brighton.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But yeah, Newcastle dropped points today. Arsenal got 2 points, a good win for them.
Arsenal still in the hunt, back-to-back wins.
It's still in the hunt, but City still has a game in hand on them. So
game in hand and a point ahead still, right?
Point above.
So, yeah, they could afford a loss actually.
So it's still in their hands, in City's hands, to not bottle anything. But yeah. Redbird says Liverpool never do things the easy way. You never walk alone.
Tell us about
right?
it. Tell us about
Redbird
it.
is true. You remember the season with the Ali header against West Brom Albion in order for us to get into top 4? This is like a similar season coming down to crunch time. Crazy.
Yeah.
It so reminded me when a fat Samson used to come to Anfield. Yep.
Yep.
Philip, big up. I'm thinking of listening to DR Sports Watch alone tonight where we'll be cheering on West Ham against United. Yeah.
Big up for that.
Big up,
Tarmizi in the building.
Big up. Aaron says hi, Tarmizi. So, Pops, let me get him to the player ratings here. Allison.
Allison, to me, 9. Clean sheet. Did what he needed to do. Distribution was all right. Could have been a little better. Probably had 1 or 2 if they were really, really critical. Where he's saying, come on, Ali. He split. I remember one late in I think it was the second half where I think it was Diaz and Moa on the break, and he split them with a pass. And I was saying, all right, either side, I think we in. Yeah. But he did what he needed to do, and as I said, the clean sheet. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
LFC says 7, so maybe my 9 is too generous, but I give it Ali a 9. Ali's my guy.
Ali's my guy too. I was gonna give him an 8.5, but I ain't splitting hairs between an 8.5 and a 9.
Yeah. That's fine. Big up Ends, man.
Big up Ends, man. Peoples, make sure you all go over to Endsman TV and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Great channel. All right, Trent Alexander Alonso.
Trent was cooking again yesterday. Again, obviously, I mean, this new freedom. I just smile every time I say it because I could see Trent smiling and playing a different level of football. Still doing some work as a right back as well, which I find interesting because I see he and Mo doing a lot of tracking back and covering, which is good still.
Yes.
Which obviously means the right side spot is still an issue for us, which I guess we will talk about as we go further at the pitch. But for me, I would say 8.5 for Trent.
Yeah, I was good with it. I'm good with 8.5. That's what I was going to give him too. I had somebody that sent a stat in one of the channels that I trying to find it about Trent since April 8th. It is actually mind blowing. I mean, in terms of all categories, it is actually mind blowing. All the different categories, the man is first in,
He happy again, though, and that's critical. First and foremost, you can see he enjoying football, which is what you want from a man with his level of creativity. So,
agreed. Here it is. All Premier League players since April 9th. Trent Alexander-Arnold in assists first, chances created first, passes in opponent's half, first. Penalty area entries, first. Possessions won, first. Touches, first. My man, listen, let me just be honest. Next season, Trent can't be playing right back. Trent needs to be in the midfield.
That's another conversation, another discussion.
Trent needs to be in the midfield. But he is having fun again, and it's good to see.
Yeah.
Hey, Boo. For me, it's an average game.
Yeah, I think Ibu was probably about, I would say maybe a 6. He was doing the same thing that we were talking about last game actually. That over engagement, that being too aggressive, and yeah. And especially in the manner in which the game was being played, everybody was falling out all the time. He's saying, drop off a little bit. These men just, as soon as you get close to them, they're falling over.
Yeah. It's like them men upon drinking past sunset. Big up to Uncle Rod's. Talking about his story last night with him when he was a teenager stumbling into the parents' door when he had sunset. He ain't mentioned the rum, but I know which one it is that tree down. Is that sunset?
It had to be sunset. It had to be sunset. But even the booking, he got booked in a play where I don't think he should have been, to be honest, because I don't think the clearance was that far after the whistle that it was him kicking the ball away. It was just him coming through and finishing what he was doing, right?
That was a madness.
Even that, I was saying to myself, yeah. But he wasn't as good as he usually is. So yeah. I would give him a 6. And I seeing 6s in the chat. You said 5, 6?
I said 5 for me, so splitting hairs anyway. Okay. 5.5 if it's average between the two. The last 2 games hasn't been Ibu's best, in all fairness. Yeah. Now, if we go to his counterpart, Virgil van Dijk, the last 2 games, Virgil has actually played very, very well. This game, again, made all of his clearances. The only bad thing I can say that Virgil did was that early foul that he took the yellow card on. For me, it's just an aggressive foul. I don't feel it's a yellow, but Andy Taylor, again, I think it could just been a foul and not a yellow card, to be honest with you.
Booking him all day. I'm booking him all day.
I know you and Crab disagreed with me on that one.
If it going the other way, put it this way: switch your shirts and tell me you feel the same way about the challenge. That's every time you look at something, just switch your shirts and tell me if that's Diaz or that's Mo getting hit like that by the center back. You saying, yeah, it's just a strong challenge.
Now, listen, I would say it's a strong challenge. I'll be honest with you, because he ain't like he stand up on his man or none of that stuff. He just ticky down hard. I mean, to me, that's not a yellow card. We seen
once you say strong, though, right? Using the word strong to me says there's some aggression, and that's where that line is being crossed, because that's the whole idea of was it aggressive? No, there's a term that they use. I want to say there's a specific term in the books for the yellow card challenge. And strong sounds like aggressive, and I think he's aggressive or something to that nature. So to me, I was fine with the booking. And what's better is he got booked early, and there was no issues. I didn't have a problem with him getting booked, saying, "Oh my God, he can get sent off." I said, "Well, man, I get experience enough. He could play with a yellow card." He made a mistake. Deal with it. After that, I'll give him an 8, though. Everything else was spot on, pretty much.
Yeah, I would give him an 8 as well. Look, splitting hairs when we talked about the yellow card. If you decide to give you a yellow, I'm fine with it because he could play with a yellow. But for me, it wasn't really a yellow card. But I was a little tough nose dude already, so them things don't bother.
You playing football in the old days still?
Yeah. So the old head. So I see all the grays and the beard, you know. Aaron said VVD7. I gave him a 6 last night on someone else's stream, but it was probably too harsh. Fair enough. Marquette, big up, bro. That was a rash tackle from Verge. He said he deserved the yellow card.
Yeah.
That's all right. Redbird said Virgil 8. Yeah.
Good with that.
Philip said Virgil should have been given a yellow. It was a foul, though. Should not have been given a yellow. So Philip agreed with me on that one, but that's all right. Lads, we're Beijing, Chris. I ain't sure what Beijing Chris is. I ain't
No,
sure.
Beijing Angel, not Beijing Chris.
Beijing Angel, Tarmizi.
Right,
Beijing
Angel. Yeah, Tarmizi. What else we got? Robbo.
Robert.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Robbo. For Robbo?
Tell me what you're saying. Yeah.
6.5.
I would have said 7. He wasn't as bad as Ibu, but wasn't as good as Van Dijk. So clean sheet for him too. Yeah, he need defense, so he gotta get the benefit of clean sheet. Nothing special. A couple of decent passes, a couple off passes. Just sorry.
Yeah. Splitting hairs again.
They could live with a 6.5. Nah, I mean 6.5, 7. They could live with it. Yeah. Midfield. Another man with a good game for me. Yeah. Yes. For me, I would give him an 8, to be honest.
Spot on with it. 8.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday in all Flacco, like other than when he was chasing back a couple of times. I said, Lord have mercy, then legs done.
He ain't got the legs, you know what I mean? I see already when he was striding down the left side when the ball gets and Flacco training hardest and he might just
pumping
quick
pumping. Yeah.
And ain't going nowhere. He's like a minibus in Barbados, you know, they men shifting from third gear to fourth. That was he trying to get into fourth gear and it's sticking. And it's sticking.
He right in the clutch along.
But look, Flacco,
but he was good. He was good.
Very, very good. The yellow card he was given was harsh, was terrible, bad call from Annie Taylor again. He had all ball first, and he had foot hit the man up on the leg. Was a foul, was not a yellow card offense, in my opinion. Again. You disagree?
I can leave Taylor for the end. I can leave you for the end. No, I mean, again, it's one him. I could see what it was given, so it wasn't horrible, but just in keeping with him as a referee, I wasn't surprised. So,
yeah,
when you see him turn up as an 11, you gather the men together and say, "All right, we know who this guy is. We know what he can do. Be careful out there, guys." That's all.
Yeah,
that's it.
We know
because you know him. Yeah, you know him. So. You try to fit in the lines.
Yeah. All right. So you see Xhaka today, the absolute tart. No, I actually ain't watching the game, to be honest. I actually ain't watching the game. All right, give Robbo a 6. Big up Marianne. Big up Beijing and Redbird. LC and of course ends. Yeah, big up to you, man.
Big up to the chat.
Robbo 6.5 from Redbird.
Yeah, I can live with that too.
Flacco looks so much better after Trent has changed positions. That is a really good point, Aaron. It's a fact. It literally he seemed to be a bit rejuvenated with Trent there playing alongside him in the in his 6th position. To be honest with you, Flacco looks really good.
Yesterday. Sorry. Go ahead.
What really impressed me with Flacco is his passing and getting the ball out from potential trouble and picking it to the right man to move the ball forward. That was impressive for me yesterday. And his defense yesterday was actually really good too. Other than he can't really keep up with a man, he was destroying balls and getting rid of stopping players from moving forward. He was being in the right spot and he was being smart on his tackles and so forth. Flacco was good for me. I'm happy.
Yeah. The other thing I would say is Curtis and Paul were the 2 8s in the sort of 4-3-3 before Trent comes in, and the 2 of them were playing high up. So there are points in time that you could see Flacco in the middle of the park almost alone or relying on Trent to help cover, which at points in the second half was annoying to me because it was us not controlling the game where we should have, but we still managed to keep the clean sheet. So credit to him for all of what he did in the game yesterday for sure.
Agreed. Big up, Sam Max.
Sam Max, a legend, man.
Redbird says, evening, Murray, or a boy getting slaughtered again. He both know he'll be a beast next season, so no worries. Curtis Jones. Curtis was solid again for me, Pops. I can
Another
just be
steady
real.
game.
Another
Yeah,
steady game,
another
solid,
steady game.
good defensively, didn't lose the ball. Nice 1-2s, was covering back. Very, very, very well played game. The biggest thing that I will have to say is that he did not deserve to be taken off for James Milner. That damn well agenda that Milner got be in, game out. There is no reason for Curtis can't play 90 plus minutes in a game. He did not look tired. He didn't do anything wrong. He shouldn't have come off. It is absolutely ridiculous that he came off and got subbed off. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of that substitution. Because Milner is just a walking yellow card and free kick giver, as far as I'm concerned.
What I would say on the substitution for actually no, let me talk about Curtis first, because again, he was taking it over. My one sort of criticism is I want him to shoot. I want him to come inside sometimes, because he had a couple opportunities yesterday. I was like, hit it, man. And he took an extra touch, looking for a pass, and then he had one, But I want him to, because I know that he has the ability to come inside, drop a shoulder, make enough space to hit one, right? So I would like to see him do a little bit more of that. As for the substitution, I think, and I could be wrong here, but I think he still has the issue where he doesn't train every day of the week. So I still feel he's being monitored for his issues. So as much as you might not like Millie coming on, I think he's being subbed off as protection for him, just to make sure. Because if you realize he's in the starting 11 week in, week out for the last 5-6 games, maybe more actually. I think since we played Chelsea, he's in the starting lineup every single week.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's like the first man on your sheet.
I think this is similar to Diaz. Let me just make sure we get enough minutes in, get him to play enough minutes, and get him off before anything happens. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. So not to say, well, Millie can come on, but I already know Millie coming on for the attendances. But I still think that is protecting Curtis more so than anything else.
Yeah, I see your point. I still think he should have played the whole game, though. But anyway, Klopp knows best, right? Salmat says, if Nunes plays in this position and gets good service from midfield, watch next season. Sadly, Klopp is playing in out of position, can't get form or consistency. Spot on comment, Salmax. He should be playing as a 9 and nothing else but a 9, as far as
I think
I'm
that's
concerned.
Just a makeshift. I think that's just right now we're doing a stopgap until next season. I think a number of players can switch positions during the preseason.
Yeah. Cody Gakpo playing in the 8, which was surprising for me. But in the first half, Cody looked good, to be honest. He looked real good. His strides, covering the midfield position, moving the ball, covering his man, not getting beat. In the second half, no, though, it looks like his legs are starting to go, and you're starting to see him get bullied off the ball. So for me, the importance of how he was playing in the game actually dipped off, which kind of made sense why he got substituted. But all in all, I would give Cody a 7, to be honest with you. I can't give you no higher or none or no lower than a 7.
I agree on the 7, and he's probably in that 8 position right now. That's a square peg in a round hole for me. So I think it's one of them needs must situations where Klopp said, all right, I writing down the players that I got available. I can pick an 11. And then they can stick somebody somewhere. So somebody will fall into that spot where Henderson usually plays, and it just became him by default, I think.
Yeah. Aaron said he didn't like that ball there.
I don't love him there, to be honest, either. Because if you look at how he plays, you enjoy seeing him playing in that 9 spot, or even interchanging on the left-hand side where he and Jota sort of switch positions when they're playing.
Yeah. Agreed.
But he did a job done. Occasionally I see him drifting out of games. That's my only issue right now. And again, it's still early in his tenure, so it isn't a big issue, but it's something you notice where I haven't heard his name for a few. You watch the game for a few, you say to yourself, well, yeah, boys, I hear name call for passes going in and around back and forth, and they're not seeing him. So that's something that next year we definitely can be working on. But again, I think he's going to be in a different position next year.
Agreed. I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Marianne says she thought Fab was good. Yeah, Fab was
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
Mohamed Salah. Marky, agree with
Again, the
you.
game was sorry. Yeah. Big up, Marky.
Big up, Mark.
Because we in our best, it's hard. I find it hard to judge more in these games because sometimes you say to yourself, yeah, more cooking. Then it's the first touch was off. And because of it's almost like you're getting starved for that final third attacking penetration. It's almost like, all right, get more in, getting more involved. No pause, any deep on the right hand side.
Let me call without penetration, pause.
I mean, he scores the goal. Obviously, the goal is the winner. He had a couple other moments, but not a lot. So everybody in the attacking third, to me, was just sort of just a little bit off. Because I feel like we should have killed that game off. Brentford didn't really had a sniff, to be honest. And it just made it feel a little bit more tight or nervous with the set pieces then coming towards the end. But we should have done better.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with you 100%. The only thing I said, and I've said it the last time. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just to round it off, I'd probably give him 7.5, 8 maybe. Yeah.
One thing that you're spot on everything you said there, Pops. The one thing I would say about Moore that has really been impressing me over the last few games is his coverages defensively. Coming back, tracking back. Yeah. He seems to be playing a lot like how Mane was playing when Mane was in this team. Most seem to have taken up the role of doing that work on the right side that Mane used to do on the left side. It's refreshing to see because people always seem to say, the haters out there that don't think Mohamed Salah is quality and work, that he don't do enough work. And more clearly, every season I shut people up. All the haters, I would like to see them talk more nonsense about the man because it just make themselves look more foolish. Because Mohamed Salah, geez, you 30 plus GA every single year. It's crazy. But yeah, I had Salah higher than you though. He was a 9 for me as a man in the match. Yeah, he was my man.
I mean, he scores the winner ultimately. So,
but wonderful pass by Virgil for the header too. The header pass to Mo. That was
he started it, you know. Mo starts that move. Well, he plays it. He plays it. No, he plays it back to Flacco. Then makes him move inside. Flacco comes to Verge goes square, and he finishes it.
Yes. Yeah. Brilliant player. Mr. Darwin Núñez.
Another man I'm struggling with, to be honest.
He's a 5 for me. I can just say it easily. He's a 5 for me.
Let me see. If I gave Ibu a 6, I would give him a 5.5. No,
Darwin,
not a lot to talk about. I think he did his running and he missed a chance.
2.
Then I honestly, I'm wondering about the Gakpo chance, right? I'm wondering if Gakpo is trying to leave it for him. You know, when he hit him on the knee, like when Jota smashed it across. I'm wondering if Gakpo was actually trying to like stand up straight and pass him for Núñez, to get a tap in, because I think that tap in would have worked wonders for him. It would have done his confidence really good, but his confidence really in it right now. So I don't think we can get much more than we get from him.
That tap in should have been 1. Number 2 should have been the ball that Trent played over the top and he ran onto and hit it one time instead of bringing it down and then slotting it past our goalkeeper, because that should have been 2. The third one was the missed header for me, that he missed time. He jumped way too early before the ball got there. I missed the header completely. I've said it and I've said it 1,000 times and I can say it again. Núñez is a work in progress. People need to be patient with him. He still has a lot to work on from a technical standpoint and a finishing standpoint, but I have the utmost confidence that he is going to do it. People need to stop slating this kid. He's 23. Forget the money. Manchester United spent $100 million on Anthony and $85 million on Sancho, and the two of them is dog doo-doo. Let me just call it that. Anthony think that he's a rebel on the field, and he's the baddest man on the planet. Well, the last time we remember, the baddest man on the planet is Brock Lesnar, right? And he ain't nowhere close. He's a runt.
Face it, depending on who you ask.
I ain't seeing nobody.
Look at Richarlison. 60 million for Richarlison, 64 million right now for Nunez. Yes, it might go to 80 plus. Let's make it 80 plus. I'm happy to pay 80 plus because if it's 80 plus, then we're winning things and he's doing well. So let's make it 80 plus.
And Richarlison got how many goals? One?
The
agendas is
one
real.
pigeon dance. Yeah.
Marianne says, Redbird, I just love Darwin. I'm so waiting for him to shut up all the haters. Listen, Marianne's facts, because I think next season Darwin Núñez can be robbed in the Prem, to be honest.
Hey, give me a sec. Keep going. Give me a sec.
Yeah, Sam Max says, when you boys get him monetized, I want to support the channel. Sam Max, big up for you for that, man. We got to hit 1,000 scubs plus 4,000 watching hours, if I'm not mistaken, to get into the monetized part of the YouTube. But listen, that's not what it really is for us. We appreciate the love and support from everyone there. We love doing this. This is fun for us. This is fun for me, for Pops, for Rasta Crab, BJ Angel when he comes in. We just like doing this. We just like talking about football. We love this club. Pops and myself and Crab's been Liverpool supporters since the 1980s. We just glad that we have this format and the content that we could put out and bring this to you, to each and every one of you there. So, but some big ups, we will get there at some point in time, but we're not doing this for that reason or that reason only. We're doing this because we absolutely love doing this. So this is a lot of fun, to be honest. And I prefer doing this right now than watching TV, to be honest with you. I only watch football now and basketball when it is on the TV. Otherwise, I talking and I on YouTube watching all the channel and content creators. So yeah, appreciate that, Sam Max.
We got Sam Max.
Marianne says about the haters of Darwin. I have one in the house with me. You should put he in the dungeon or she in the dungeon and lock it and throw away the key until they get grips. West Ham versus Scum still 0-0.
No, update. It's 1-0. Hammers leading.
Oh, the pressure on. Yo, land pressure. The pressure. Yeah, boy. Murray, they will all eat humble pie next season. I can't wait to shut them up. It's true. This is a blip season for Liverpool. These people can feel it. Yeah, so looking forward to it. Yep. Crazy. Aaron says Salah 8-man in match. So we go to Jota, the Shota, who was playing injured, actually. And I thought surprised that he played so long. To be honest with you, he must have
don't like that either.
Or something in his back in order to run that whole game. Because he didn't come off to the 80-something minute, 82nd.
He was because he wasn't the first sub. He was
the second sub.
Yeah, because we pulled Diaz. Diaz came on with Hendo, right?
Correct.
That was the first pairing.
Yeah.
And
then Jota came off.
I don't like the idea that Jota playing hurt, to be honest. I don't like the idea that he's playing hurt. And he had an art game. Nothing special. Just did his job. Worked up and down. Had a couple moments here and there. Much like everybody else. Very bitty. So I would say I put you around 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't got nothing wrong with that. 7 for me. Kid. Yeah. Nunez a 3. Oui. Okay, Nunez a 3. Fair enough. Philip says, watch Nunez once he starts hitting the target more often, then he'll be scoring regularly. And I can't wait for that to happen, as I've always backed him to come good. Yeah, I think he can come good too as well.
There's time for that.
Rashford is having a season of his life. There are levels to this. Yeah. Salah seems to be whiter last few games. Yeah, he is on the cut playing 100%.
Yeah. Chalk on boots.
Redbird said Egyptian King 8. West Ham 1-0.
That's right.
What a mistake by David De Gea. You know what? You know why I'm happy about that too? Is that Ali's only 2 off of him for the Golden Glove for clean sheets. And we going for another one against Leicester.
Ramsdale pick up another one today too. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's right. He did. So that will put him at 14, right?
He's,
Or
he's 14. Yeah, I think he's 14. I think he was second, 14. Right? I think it was the Octopus, then Ramsdale, then Pope. I want to say maybe Ali and Martinez, and Ali since then had 2 more. So I think Ali's 14 now.
Yeah, I can tell you right now.
More.
So no. So Ramsdale had one. So Ramsdale is now tied with Pope and Ali on 13.
On 13. Okay. Yeah. So they is ahead on 15?
15. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
15. Yeah. Marianne says Moy just think he's a gem. 8. Yeah, Mo's special, man. United are bottling top 4.
Let's hope so.
Don't say thank
you.
You.
Move in silence, as you may say.
Nice pass from Salah for Nunes. Yeah, that was a nice one too. Yeah. Yep. Aaron says Darwin 5. Marianne says Darwin, I'll never stop loving you, but 5, but in my heart 10. Gee, you. Marianne. He had a very similar season, his first season at Benfica. He's getting adjusted to, you know what I mean? Virgin Nunes seems to have lost that fearlessness. His confidence in him. I don't know if his fearlessness is not there. I just think he's lost confidence, to be honest. If he's not techie now, he will never be Virgin. Nah, I ain't okay. I think that if he put in a lot of work,
I think get skillful. You can get skillful. You can. Yeah, man.
Once you put in the work, you can definitely get more skillful, 100%. Okay, I can give you the analogy. Is like, and I did this yesterday. Is like in a basketball player. Like for example, for the Toronto Raptors, DeMar DeRozan, when he played for us, was very weak with his left hand. Couldn't do nothing with the left hand. So what the players used to do when they're playing him defensively would force him to go left, and he will always have problems. So what he took it upon himself to do during that summer is to do everything with his left hand. He ate with his left hand. He dribbled the ball with his left hand. He shoot with his left hand. He did absolutely everything for the entire summer with his left hand. Now you can't say that that's his weak hand because his left hand is just as strong as his right hand. So if you put in the work, you will get the results. He just got put in the work. That's all it is. And I know that might sound ahead of my picture right now.
Yeah,
you're
doing madness.
Madness. Big up D. Make sure you're all like and subscribe, peoples. Big up to you all, but I do agree he'll be a good goal scorer next season. Yeah, he will be. He can be problems.
Still maintain. You can't teach pace.
Can't teach pace.
There you go. We said it together.
Hope everyone is having a nice weekend. Yeah, man. Everything's blessed. Everything is blessed. The hair has Papa Dom hams. No. Trevor, I have seen the first time I've seen him do it. He's a great shot stopper. He's done it a few times. Yeah.
Jota a bit dodgy.
He has done that a lot, to be fair. It was that knee in the back against West Ham that injured Jota. Yep, I saw when he cringed when it happened too. Yep. I was a bit worried. The LFC team in Barcelona.
Would have gone for a break.
Yeah, it seems that way. Jota 6. Revenite with his feet in corners, but I have seen him do it with his hands since the Oli debacle days. Yeah. Redbird says Jota 6. Marianne Jota 7. We typically don't comment about the subs, to be honest with you, peoples. I just don't like the agenda with Milner coming on every single game. That doing my head in. And I love Millie. I love what he's done for the club, but the man's a walking yellow card, and the man always seem to give away fouls. So I don't know how he's
Barnes, let me put it in another context for you then. So we got the 11 men on the pitch, and you need to rest Curtis. You're gonna pull. You know that you're gonna pull the Nunes. Pull it like he was was struggling a bit, and Robbo also needed to come. So those are the 4 players that you got to substitute. So Timmy for Robbo is the easy one, 1-for-1. So you're looking at 3 players in the attacking third. Just remember our bench yesterday. Our bench had, I think we had, say, 7 or 8 outfield players. 5 of those were defensive players. The 2 attackers were Carvalho and Harvey Elliott. So those were the 2 attacking options you had to switch Curtis and or Gakpo and or Nunez. We add Diaz to that. So those 3, the 3 attacking players you have, and you make any subs. At the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that Ox and Naby are not sitting down on the bench next to Klopp. Or somebody else, forget the 2 of them. Somebody that's 26, 27, 28 in that age range saying, you know what? I got some experience here that I can bring on, as opposed to kids coming on. Because that's what the option is, the 2 kids. And to me, it would be criminal to take Carvalho and say, go on there and play where Curtis Jones was playing and do exactly what he was doing.
Let me not talk about Carvalho here, because the man and Gihiwa, last time he come on to the game, we had 2 seconds, if that?
Yeah, about 12 seconds. But again, I think,
Marianne said, please free Carvalho from the basement and let me come on as sub. I completely agree, Marianne. In Marquia, treatment of Carvalho is not good enough. How you expect young players to come into this team and this is how you treating them, and you playing favorites? There was no, again, we are not playing again until the 15th. So I hear where you're coming from, Pops. But in saying that, hindsight, you did not need to take off Jones to put on Milner, because Jones could have played the full game. Because we again don't play to the 15th. So
like I said, I feel the minutes restriction on. I could be wrong. That's the only way I'm saying this makes sense to me is the minutes restrictions on because of his training regime. And you saying, all right, yeah, let's take him off because he's starting to look tired. That's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, I agree. I wouldn't have made that sub other than to think of, all right, yeah, the minutes restriction is there for him because of his injury issues.
Yeah. So Jared says first season, you can't judge him. Not like he hasn't scored any goals, right? I know he missed a lot, but as he gets used to the pressure, he will be much more centered and will likely do much better. Facts. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did you rate Curtis? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We rate Curtis. What did we give for Curtis again? Was it 7.5?
I think I gave him 7.5. Yeah. But as bad as Nunez is supposed to be, he's not far off Suarez on his first season.
That's what I mean.
And again, there used to be a time where an international player coming into the Premiership would get a season. This is the first season. You give them a season to bed in. All of a sudden, the cyborg comes to town and changes the rules, and everybody going crazy because he playing in an elite team. We all knew he would score tons of goals for because they create probably the most opportunities in the Premiership outside of us, to be fair. Because I think if he was in our team, he'd be killing it too.
Agreed. I agree. Marianne says, I feel, why did we buy him if you're not going to play him? Is just ridiculous. Look, they could have left him in Fulham and not go to arbitration and all sort of stuff and let the boy play.
We could have loaned him back. I think Marquez said so earlier. Right? We could have, yeah. Our case, somebody said they could have loaned him back, which would have made sense. Yeah, case, sorry, yeah. Buy him and loan him back. Give him a chance to develop in the Premiership if you didn't think he was ready.
I ain't know why they're treating me so at all. It's do my head in. Jared said just rewatched the De Gea mishap when he's not set he's got no power in his hands, which was the case here. Okay.
Yeah.
Once we done this here, we'll go and watch the second half of that game and make sure that man, you bottle it. And then I can send Cass a message and be like, just give the eyes emoji.
Just send eyes.
That's all they need to do. All right, peoples. So I got one thing to do first. Before we get into a topic right now. The match we done. Klopp, before we do rate Klopp. I gave Klopp a 7.5.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta address somebody. Anthony Taylor.
Go suck your mother. ready for one hour no ramp with me and see me now flush on the face, pussy. Big I go suck your mama. Go suck your mama.
Anthony Taylor. No, I don't know. I know there's an agenda against Liverpool for sure when it comes to him. And it ain't just this season. Him and Paul Tierney against the calls that have been against our team over the last few years has been absolutely diabolical. You see the 2-1 men? Y'all bring shame to the actual referees, to be honest with you. There's a lot of bad referees in the Prem, and we don't have good referees in the Prem. But the two of y'all take the cake. I don't know how you sleep at night with having agendas. You are a referee. You're supposed to referee the game. You're supposed to call it down the middle and not have no favorites or have agendas against teams. You are supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do on the pitch. Make the right calls and call the game fairly. The amount of blasted fouls Brentford got yesterday for flopping like fishes and being fairies was stupid, was ignorant. It is not needed in the game. You know what? And I can make a comment here right now. There should be some independent group outside of the Referees Association or wherever the hell you call them. People could put it in the name in the chat because they really don't give two farts about them to begin with. That actually will grade each referee after every single game. And you start getting strikes. You start to see a pattern from referees. You fine them. You suspend them. You send them down to the championship. You do something because this is getting absolutely stupid. Game in, game out. It ain't just Liverpool. I've seen it on many different games. These referees doing a madness. When you got a professional job to call a game right down the middle and you don't do it. It is pathetic. It is ridiculous. None of y'all should be able to hold y'all head up. Y'all head should be down when the backsides. That's where it should be. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. I can't believe what I've been seeing week in, week out. You can go back from the different seasons. You're talking about the Rodri handball last year against Everton in the box. Blatant handball, nothing happens. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. The Harry Kane slide tackle on Robertson. No red card offense. Stud showing. Nothing called. Paul Tierney again. But then Robert do a hard tackle and he gets straight red. Jota again pushed over in the penalty box. No call, no penalty. And I ain't just calling about us. I've seen some bad ones against other teams as well. It ain't just Liverpool. But it seems that there's certain teams in this league that gets favorable calls week in, week out. It don't stop. It always happens. Manchester City is one of them. Arsenal is another one. Chelsea is another one. Manchester United is another one. Week in, week out, y'all get favorable calls. And it's not like Man City need favorable calls. And this season is not like Arsenal need favorable calls. They've been playing spectacular football until the bottle it. That's my rant. Pops, you can pipe in.
What I would say is, I guess we are lucky based on what you just said that he didn't fall for Ivan Toney going down under the pressure from Van Dijk, because he very easily could have said, all right, let me go and have a look at this, or they could have told him go and have a look, and he'd suddenly decide that Van Dijk pushed over Toney, which is what he was trying to get the referee to believe, and it would have been 0-0 maybe. The overrated comment is, I mean, Anthony Taylor has a bad reputation with Chelsea fans as well. Yesterday, I think the game ended with probably about 30 fouls. I think it was like 20 against us, or 20 on us, whichever way you want to look at it. We committed 20 fouls and they had 10. And the game was a dirty game, so I didn't understand. But he was calling everything. I see somebody mentioned in the chat just now, who was it? Let me not steal. your words. Let me give credit to who it was. Somebody said it here. Was it K? LFC Aaron. I think Taylor was overcompensating, sure he wasn't intimidated at Anfield. Quite possible. But the standard of refereeing in the Premiership is just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It isn't, I wouldn't say it's an agenda against any one team in particular, because every fan base can say, I had one of those moments, one of these, a handball, a penalty, a VAR decision that didn't go this way, cameras weren't working, lines weren't drawn, something was said, not said. So it's a consistent theme across the game now, where at the end of every match, even on commentary, you're asking the pundits in the studio to have a view of something, and then bringing in Dermot or whoever this referee is to say, well, yes, he was right, or no, I wouldn't have given that, or I can see why this was done. But it's so divisive, and it creates all this animosity to online with Liverpool and Arsenal and Manchester City or Manchester United or whoever it is. And at the end of the day, when you see so many of them, you know that it just can't be one team that's benefiting. It's just horrible in the league. So Howard Webb comes back and decides, all right, I want on-field decisions to remain as much as possible, which effectively says to me, all right, the VAR can look at it, and if you blow in one direction, they can pretty much say, all right, you know what? All right, let me just leave it and let it ride. You do your job on the field and let's see what can happen. Now, I agree with this. I forget the referees and try to do your best on the pitch to get your result. They're not giving you anything. I watched Mo Salah get dragged and pulled and held week after week. And you say to yourself, all right, so if you don't fall down, they can give you a call. But if you fall down, people can say you're diving. But you can see it. It was against Arsenal. When he scored actually against Arsenal, there were two separate incidents where he was pulled down in the box. And you're saying, well, if you miss, are they going to call that back and give you a penalty? Probably not,
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that you scored. I mean, at the end of the day, just score. Don't expect the refs to do anything for you. And in the same way, just like I was telling Ibu, don't engage to the degree where you're giving the referee an opportunity to make a decision. Because against Tottenham, when he touched Richarlison, everybody was up in arms saying, well, that should have been a penalty. And they're saying, well, really, guys? Really? You know Richarlison. Ibu was stupid to put his hand where it was. But Richarlison just said, you touching me? That's it. Legs collapsed and he went to ground.
He famous for that. So
it's knowing your audience. So yesterday, Brentford players clearly said, we know who we got here today. So we know what we're doing. And that's what they did. And he gave them almost every call.
Yeah. Facts. And I agree with you with one point that every team would have a gripe with a referee on particular decisions, okay? You're spot on in saying that. However, what I will say, there are certain teams, and I mentioned them before, that gets favorable calls week in, week out. And listen, all the other fan base likes to get this agenda and say, well, we are Liverpool, right? How many calls is go for Liverpool? We've had 3 to 4 penalty calls the entire year for us. We've played 35 games right now, Pops. 35 games we've played.
3 more to play, yeah.
And we've had 4 penalty calls for us. 4.
And they all came in the last few weeks, though.
And they came in the last 3 to 4
cluster.
weeks.
Yeah.
And y'all have and call stupidness about us as Liverpool. It just made your argument make you look foolish and ignorant. It does my head in. It really does. Because the agenda, they don't like Liverpool. What, y'all hate us because we tied with Manchester United for the most Prem championships in history? Y'all hate us because we won 6 Champions Leagues and Manchester United in second place for the most longest time in 3? What is it? Tell me, Arsenal still can't win a European title, but y'all want to be on our agenda? Chelsea's come along and got 2 Champions League over you, Arsenal. Go and hate Chelsea. But y'all want to say something about Liverpool. The cause Liverpool. When we get calls for us, 99% of the time, it's a right call. And I can be straight with you. But I've seen a lot of bad ones gone against us over the years. A lot. But anyway. Aaron says, how is that not a penalty? That's probably referring to Manchester United game, but I ain't
Yeah.
watching that one yet. Absolutely
No,
pathetic.
I actually had a peek just now, and it's kind of funny.
As I going on in my rant, this happened, right?
Yeah, he chicken winged it. He actually moved his arm back towards the ball, and that's what it looked like to me. I need to see it again from another angle, but it looked like he chicken winged it.
Right, Bird says that ref was a total disgrace. It was blatantly obvious his agenda against us. Yeah, and you don't need that in the game. You don't. It's not needed. Maguire got away with 1-3, useless. Moy should be out of his mind. That was a pen. Spot on, Bajan. Just another one there with Maguire. It's just ridiculous. Manchester United get
what's funny?
Call.
Dermot just said he thought it was a penalty. I was just listening in to the comment in the studio. So he just popped up on screen and he said he thought it was a penalty because the arm did this. I don't know if you can see my arm. His arm was next to his body and he moved it like that. And it hit it.
So your arms are weak. It's not in a natural position. It should be a penalty.
No, but it's moving towards the ball. It isn't about the position anymore. It's next to his body. And as the ball comes in, he does this.
Move it up.
If you move your arm to the ball, that's handball for me. That's how I understand it. I mean,
catnip for life. Big up. How is that not a pen to West Ham? Wow.
Yeah.
You see? I just had my rant right. I rest my case.
Moisey can go mad if something happened in this game here now. Moisey is going to lose it at the end of the game.
I just went on a rant about them and look at what happened. And who get the favorable call? All right. I ain't got no agenda. I just call a spade a spade. I call it right down the middle. I don't tell lies. I speak facts.
Jared ready for the Terminators. Bring out the robot refs.
Jared, you might got saying there, you want to start building them and we get a prototype going and then see if we can get this going, get them all the rule book and let them call the game because a lot of these men is bear junk. That's the truth. Pathetic. Robot refs is the way forward. It's probably the only way you're going to have to do it. Or you go back from the grassroots and you train kids from when they're young who want to be referees as a career and you teach them the rules and get them coming up through the ranks. That way you will get rid of this nonsense that's happening. You would get way better refs in the league at that point, but that is like a 20-year program. Or you start doing international refs refereeing in different leagues and not in their own league.
Create a rotation and bring them in, man.
Yeah. Marianne says, I'm not going to lie. I used to think people like us scouters. They don't, and they don't like Liverpool Football Club either. Marianne, they don't. They don't. And it's ridiculous. I think it's, you know what it is? It's just envy. And it's pure, that's all it is. The envious of Liverpool and the success that this club has had. They're very envious. Refs are paid to let Manchester win. Yeah. Brown envelopes being handed out, boy. Murray, ditto. Yep. They should have checked out 100,000, and they ain't get checked by VAR. Wait until you see the Maguire hand. Listen, Aaron, I can go off when I see it. Don't worry.
It was Lindelof.
Yeah. Redbird, when I found out people don't like us, I was a little taken back. My daughter said to me about it, what planet have you been on? Wow. Rodri had ball last season. Yep. Cost us the league. It did. Blatant.
No, that was mad. Even he knew.
You saw it. You saw the look on his face. You saw the look on his face. Oh, shoot.
The expression said, yeah.
What did I just do? Right? Robot Russ will not be intimidated and there'll be no fears. What a world to live in. Facts. They ain't gonna collect the envelopes neither. Because I know Andy Taylor got a brown envelope from Brentford yesterday. I know that. Can someone send a clip of it to Beijing? Yeah, somebody send me that clip to WhatsApp for real.
Probably all of it Twitter by now.
Top 3 on Stay Blessed, PS, or man, is it doing okay? Yeah, Pimp, big up, man. Look, I see you.
Looking for top 3, boy. All
Pimp,
right.
I'm not, Klopp got a little extension from me till December. I'm not fully Klopp out, okay? I say, changed my mind. I can give till December to right this ship, all right? I put my hands up. He had me utterly frustrated. Y'all hear it, clip it up. all that stuff.
Looking at you,
English
Barnes.
media would treat it
Looking at
foreign refs
you.
horribly. I ain't really, Mark,
Yeah,
I ain't really
the
care how the English media gonna treat the ref. Them the English media don't play the game. I want
The way I say
proper
it,
referees.
fly the man in, pay the man his money, and fly him back out. Leave the media to
Fly
ref
him
everyone
home.
right. Yeah.
Simple. Screw the English media as far as I'm concerned. Because they ain't a good neither. Because a lot of them got agendas too.
Yeah, that's still narratives and agendas too. Yeah.
All saying Scouse not English. Yeah, Klopp gets stick when he criticizes ref like more things. Klopp spot on. You know what really did my head in? Halftime 1-0 to the Hammers. It should be 2-0. As far as everybody telling me right now. You know what really did my head in? When you had that referee, that linesman elbowed Robbo and nothing was done. Referee association was like, yeah, you ain't got to do nothing else. All's good. And Robbo had to just take it like a champ and be like, all right, that's it. If that roles
He
were
actually
reversed,
apologized.
apology my
to Robbo.
backside. I ain't care.
He
That ain't mean
called
nothing. You should have hold a suspension. It's simple. The fact that Mitrovic got 10 games for touching the referee, he ain't pushy, he ain't elbowy. The man just put his hands on the ass. He hope you could make that call. 10 games. If the roles were reversed on Robbo that elbowed that linesman, you imagine how many games he would have get?
Yeah.
Suspension?
He would.
So
It
why
would've
is
been
it
nice.
that the referee should not get suspended for the he elbowed in like he pushed Robbo, you know. The man put the elbow in the man's face right underneath his chin, and he get nothing for it. Look, after I saw that, I was like, you know what? You need an independent group altogether. Simple. Murray, the real hatred again that started by the scumrag, the son after the Hillsborough disaster, blaming our fans for it and printing all those lies. The rag should have been shut out. Yep, facts. Facts. I don't watch the games lately, but what's happening to accumulate long stoppage time like the World Cup games, i.e. 10, 15 minutes injury time. Yeah, Tarmizzy, that's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Sam's, that's true. We are Scouse, not English. Yep. And be proud to be Scouse, to be honest. Be proud to be Scouse. Robbo would get a season ban. Yeah, he would. He wouldn't play again for 2023. Before we leave here.
It would have been longer.
Yo,
It would have been longer. Yeah.
It could be longer. It's true.
It would have been
it's
longer.
True.
Yeah.
I was on Never a Foul the other day, and the man was bantering me with how the Newcastle game went on so long when we beat them at Anfield. But hold on, Newcastle was time wasting, so the clock needed to be go on the clock. It needed to go on the clock. I'm sorry. So it ain't like they gave us extra time. They were time wasting. Now, if you look at the different rules with Bournemouth and Arsenal, that game should have been blown at the stoppage time, but they got an extra 2 minutes to do a build-up play to end up scoring the winning goal. I rest my case.
The length of the games has been shortened though.
Huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. Our game that went into the 98th, 99th, whatever minute, there are games that have gone longer than ours.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we go,
Catnip send you a clip.
Somebody send me the clip. Let me see. Where you send it to me?
Mark, you sent me a booty national anthem yesterday. Yep. Yeah, I saw that as well. They had it right at the World Cup with the added time.
Oh, yeah, I seen it. I seen it here. I seen it. Kid just sent it to me. Oh, my gosh. Look.
Read the comments. Forget that.
Humans will have natural bias. Doesn't matter if you start from grassroots. By the way, all refs are a thing already models with simulations, but legacy clubs and leagues are all against it because it's leveler.
Yeah.
Mark, you see Henderson singing in the afternoon anthem?
No.
Like it's
no. Leave the skipper alone, man.
No. Oh my goodness. look, peoples, big up to you all. We don't have a game until the 15th, so check out the channel in the next few days. We're probably going to do a weekend review type of show, and then do a call-in show as well. We haven't done one in a while. Had some fun with it with everyone. Maybe we do it on Saturday. That way we can get the involvement with the UK crew and stuff, and we do it a little bit earlier in the day, so we get our peoples out in the UK. Because in the week it's hard for us with our daily jobs to do an early show that accommodate to everyone. I don't want you peoples being up till midnight and stuff. I mean, I appreciate if you stay up late. I know we got some people that come in at that time, but I appreciate the love, and Pops appreciate the love. But yeah, we probably do for Saturday. That would be a good day to do something. But yeah, look, we get these last 4 here, and then we push out, Pops. People in the chat, subscribe to the channel, spread the word to your friends and family. Come, people, subscribe. This is a Squidly channel. Yeah, the original Squidly come from this channel. That is true. That is true.
Fully salt.
Cheers, guys. Fully salt.
Big up, Aaron.
Big up, Sama. Peace.
Bless Sama.
Big up, everyone. Good night from Liverpool. You never walk alone, Marianne. Big up.
Big up, Marianne.
We're hoping to get to Liverpool next season at some point, Marianne. So we'll show you when we get there.
Vision.
Vision, exactly.
Big up, Catnip.
Catnip laughing. Yeah.
Big up, Kid Markey.
Kid, big up, as always. Peoples, it's your boy, Bajan Burns. Bajan Pops. We are Bajan Reds, and we out. Peace.
Bless.